Alright, what's good YouTube? Dawson here from JD Hunters, back with another video, back with another Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts video. Honestly, the Dragon Ball videos are my favorite to make because Dragon Ball Figuarts are my favorite thing to collect right now. And you guys have seemed to really like these videos as well. I think the 3 Dragon Ball videos I've made are like our 3 most viewed videos on the channel, so thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, I thought I'd bring you guys another Dragon Ball video. Now, I'm not going to be reviewing any figures or showing off my collection today. If you guys do want to see my entire collection, there is a video on the channel, so maybe go check that out after this one. But what we're going to be going over today is my top 10 Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts that I want to see Tamashii Nations make this year. Now, I'm going to be calling this my 2021 wish list, but Tamashii reveals things so far in advance that we technically already know pretty much all the figures that are coming out for the rest of this year. Maybe not all the way, but pretty close. So if we don't get some of these figures until 2022, it's fine, but I do want to see these figures get made at some point. So I think that's enough talking. Let's get right into the figures with number 10. So number 10 on my list is actually going to be a 2.0 release. Now, this is the only 2.0 I have on my list. Everything else is a brand new idea, a brand new sculpt, but I just need this guy made in 2.0, partly because I think the 1.0 wasn't even done properly. And that is, of course, Krillin, Goku's best friend, his infamous sidekick, the man who has died more times than anybody else in Dragon Ball, the bald-headed wonder. Put some respect on his name, though, because, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got a Krillin a very long time ago, right at the beginning of the S.H.Figuarts line, and it just wasn't accurate to, at least to the anime, with like the white in his eyes. As we know from Krillin, he doesn't have the white in his eyes. If we look at the more recent release, which was the kid version from the original Dragon Ball, it just looks so much better and a lot more accurate to what Krillin actually looks like in the anime. So I'd love to see a redone Krillin. It doesn't really matter what look they give him. I would prefer like the original Saiyan Saga Krillin with the orange gi, give him Destructo Disc, more accurate face sculpt. I think it would be, you know, a must-caught for any Dragon Ball S.H.Figuart collector. I'd also be okay with a Namek Saga Krillin in the Saiyan armor. Maybe when he give him the face where he's like screaming when he gets blown up by Frieza. I think that would be super dope. I'd even be okay with a Dragon Ball Super version of Krillin, where he's got sort of the sleeveless gi from the Tournament of Power. Don't give me the Krillin with the hair though. That ain't it. But yeah, so number 10 is a Krillin 2.0. Let's move on to number 9. Okay, so I'm gonna say this a couple times throughout the video, but there are manga spoilers ahead. I've been keeping up with the Dragon Ball Super manga even after the anime has ended. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been doing the same thing as well, but if you haven't, and for whatever reason you're waiting for the anime to come back and you don't want any manga spoilers and you've somehow managed to avoid them this far, skip ahead to this point in the video to number 8. So number 9 for me is going to be the main villain from the first arc that we got after the anime ended, after the Tournament of Power, and that is, of course, Moro. Now, there are so many different versions of Moro that I'm not even going to specify. I would take any version of him that we could get. The very first version where he's sort of this old, like, goat-looking guy, I think that would translate really well to a Figuarts, and then all the way to his final, like, not his final state where he becomes the Earth, because that's just impossible to make, but his final state before that where he masters Ultra Instinct and his fur sort of turns all white and silver. I think that would be a super cool figure. I really want them to start making figures from the manga that have gone past the anime. You know, love it or hate it of what they've done after the show has ended. I think some of these characters are super cool. You're going to be seeing a few of them on this list, and Moro to me would be the perfect one to start making figures that are exclusive to the manga, at least for now. So yeah, I would love this figure. Moving on to number 8, this is actually 2 different figures merged into one. Maybe we could start getting some 2-packs from S.H.Figuarts and Tamashii Nations. I would love some 2-packs. So I'll pitch this as a 2-pack, and it is Chi-Chi and Goku from the last arc of the original Dragon Ball series, which is like the last martial arts tournament that they participate in. So Chi-Chi shows up. We haven't seen her since she was a kid, so at first we don't recognize her as viewers, and neither does Goku. And she starts fighting Goku, mad at him about not keeping his promise to marry her, but he actually thought that marriage was a type of food. Come on, man. We get a sort of younger version of Chi-Chi. We already got the kid version, but younger than we see her in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. She's got the blue outfit, ready to fight. One of my favorite looks for Chi-Chi. And of course, we would need Goku to go with her. Many different looks for Goku throughout that final tournament. I would love to see him from the final battle versus Piccolo, where he's got the weighted clothes are all gone, the boots are gone, possibly where the gi has been ripped off. I think this figure could also double as a beginning of Dragon Ball Z, where he fights Raditz with the bare feet and that whole look. I think this would be a figure that would go over really well with Dragon Ball collectors. All right, number 7, once again, manga spoilers ahead. If you don't want to know any manga spoilers, skip ahead to number 6, which is at this time. So number 7 is from the most recent manga arc, and that is Granola. Now we still haven't seen Granola's full story. We haven't seen him fight Goku and Vegeta yet, at least at the time I'm recording this video. So his appearance could change, we could get more versions. Knowing Dragon Ball, I'm sure we will get a transformation of some kind from Granola, but even right now, he just looks so cool. And yeah, I think he would look amazing as the S.H.Figuarts. I love the little like eye patch he wears that talks to him. His powers kind of remind me almost of like a Sharingan from the Uchiha, if you guys watch Naruto, where he has like this great visual power. So still waiting to see all Granola has to offer, but the design of the character is great. And just looking forward, I think he's going to be a super cool character in the manga. All right, number 6 is another two-parter. It doesn't have to be a 2-pack, but I do want both of these figures, and they're kind of connected, so I'm counting them both at number 6. These characters came into play at the very end of Dragon Ball Super in the Tournament of Power arc, and that is, of course, Kale and Caulifla. Now, I didn't put Kaba on this list. I just think Kale and Caulifla have so much more to offer as characters. I wasn't a huge fan of Kaba, although I would probably pick him up if they did make a figure of him. But Kale and Caulifla, to me, it was cool to see female Saiyans for the first time. I think their power-ups, their personalities, everything, their design, to me was just better than Kaba. So I'd like to see Kale in either her base form or like the Berserk form. Either one I'm okay with. Caulifla, I think we would just get her with the base head that comes with an extra Super Saiyan head. We don't need to make 2 different Cauliflas. I think both those figures would be amazing. I would definitely need to pick them up. Kale is probably my favorite Saiyan from Universe 6. I think the bright colors on these characters' designs would translate so well to S.H.Figuarts. I'm actually surprised we haven't gotten them yet. We just got hit. So let's complete this Universe 6 team. Please, Tamashii Nations, give us Kale and Caulifla. All right, number 5, also from the Tournament of Power arc, easily my favorite arc in all of Dragon Ball Super, which is why I have so many figures from it, and that is Top, or Toppo, however you want to say it. Now, I'd be okay with a regular form of Top, but the one I would really want to see is when he, gives into his God of Destruction training, accepts the mantle, and he becomes, essentially a God of Destruction within the Tournament of Power. So he grows a little bit bigger, he's got this like purple aura, his skin gets all darker, he's got like the symbol on his chest. Wasn't expecting that at all when I was watching the show, just so super dope, really great design. I think we could get some cool like Hakai effect parts as well. He'd be a massive figure, like probably on par with Broly's size, but I definitely want to see it and I would definitely pick it up. Be able to recreate that fight against Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, who I don't have on this list, partly because I think we can basically kit bash him or customize him at this point, but I would take a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta as well. All right, number 4, going back to Dragon Ball Z, and this one literally could be a 2-pack. They're so small, just put them in one package together, please. And that is Trunks and Goten from Dragon Ball Z. Now I'd want them both to come with their base head as well as their Super Saiyan head. You can get them in the fusion dance, so we need the hands with little fingers. I just think these figures are so long overdue. I know Demoniacal Fit teased possibly doing Trunks, but I just don't understand why they haven't made these figures yet. If we look at the Buu Saga, they're so important to it. I know we got Gotenks. I just feel like they have the pieces to make these figures relatively easily, even if they use the size of the Kid Goku and the Kid Gohan bodies. But even with that new Chaozu body that came out, I feel like that's a perfect size for Trunks and Goten. So hopefully, fingers crossed, these come soon. But yeah, both of them, whether they're together or separate, must cops for me. All right, number 3, I promise this is the last time. Manga spoilers ahead. If you don't want to know who this figure is or this character, skip ahead to number 2 at this time. My favorite character of the new characters introduced in the manga from after the anime ended, and that is Myrus. Now, Myrus is an angel in training under Whis, but we first get introduced to him as an officer of the Galactic Patrol. His character and his arc as a character is just so cool. Initially Vegeta notices how strong he is, how fast he is, and eventually we come to learn that he is actually an angel in training. Now he trains Goku to sort of master his Ultra Instinct when he can fight Moro, and eventually he steps in and fights Moro himself to sort of sway the tide of the battle towards Goku, and loses his life or his power as an angel, but he's eventually reinstated as a mortal. So we don't really know what's going to happen with Mears as far as the rest of the story goes. We haven't heard from him since. I hope that we get to see him again, but I just love his design where he looks like an angel, but he's got the Galactic Patrol uniform on. I'd like to see him with the staff. I just think as a figure art, he would look amazing. You could have him fighting Moro, training Goku, lots of different display and pose options. And yeah, just a really dope character that I'd love to see as an S.H.Figuarts. All right, guys, we are almost there. 2 figures left. And number 2 is one of the main villains from Dragon Ball Z. We got Cell, we got Frieza, we got Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga, and we got Fat Buu, Super Buu, but we didn't get Kid Buu, who was kind of like the penultimate version of Majin Buu. Now he's not the most powerful version, I understand that, but he is sort of like the final version, the final form of Majin Buu in the Buu Saga, as Vegeta and Goku take him on. And that is of course Kid Buu. I do like all 3 versions as far as how they look of Majin Buu, but I think Kid Buu is probably my favorite. And I think as far as S.H.Figuarts wishlist goes for Dragon Ball fans, Kid Buu is probably in the top 3 of every collector's wish list. I think of every figure I have on this list, he's the one I'm most surprised that we haven't gotten. And there isn't even, I don't think, any like major rumors that he's coming out. I know Tamashii often has a poll of what figures people want to see and they get to vote. And Kid Buu has been on there for a while. But there just doesn't seem to be any traction in them making him. There is a Dragon Stars version as well as a model kit version of him, so maybe that's sort of dissuading them from making the Figuarts version for a while. And I also think that they want to keep some of the main characters and push them as far as they can to keep people interested in the line, which I get, but I think in order to complete any Buu Saga display, you need Kid Buu. I think he would look amazing. The Dragon Stars and the model kits are okay, but I know when Tamashii finally makes an S.H.Figuarts version of this character, it'll just be amazing. So yeah, Kid Buu, number 2. All right, and the final character on my top 10 wish list for 2021, aka moving into 2022, the figures I want to see made. This is probably my favorite new character that was introduced into Dragon Ball Super. At least of the ones they haven't made, I would probably put her up there with Hit, and that is Kefla. Now, Kale would be great and Khalifa would be great, but I'd be okay if they just gave us Kefla. I feel like she's got to be coming soon. She's been on those polls that I mentioned before for figures that people want to vote to see, and it just seems like one of those figures that Tamashii can't ignore for too long. I'm surprised it didn't make her earlier, sort of when we got Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren, to sort of capitalize on the hype of her coming out, because we're now more than 3 years, I think, since her debut. But still, I mean, I think as soon as she releases, they'll probably make her a premium release or something stupid. So I don't know what Tamashii is waiting for. I think Kefla would look amazing. I'd be okay with just a base form head and then an SSJ head, similar to how they did with the Gogeta from the Broly movie, where we got the black hair and then the blue hair. We could just get the black hair and then the green hair. I love it if it came with the effects of the 2 like discs that she holds out that look like big swirling candy canes. But yeah, I think this figure would turn out amazing with those bright colors, with the green and the pink uniform, with the Potera earrings. And I'd love to pose her fighting Ultra Instinct Goku, the Omen version, the Sign version. To me, that's one of probably the top 3 or 4 fights in the entire Tournament Power arc. But yeah, Kefla is my number 1 figure. Let me know if you agree with that, and let me know if you agree with the rest of the list. What are some figures that you guys want to see Tamashii Nations make in the very near future? And that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed another Dragon Ball Figuarts video. If you want to see even more Dragon Ball videos in the future, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Again, like I said, leave some comments below on some figures you want to see, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.